Hello students, in this video I'll explain the bonding in coordination compounds on the basis of valence bond theory. This is the topic from coordination compound lesson 9 of class 12th chemistry. In my previous video I explained that the total number of donor atoms which are attached to the central metal atom in a coordination compound, that is known as coordination number. So depending upon the coordination number, the orbitals of metal ion, they can be n-1 d orbitals, ns, np and nd orbitals. They hybridize depending on the number of ligands to be attached. Suppose n equal to 4, so this will be value of n here will be 4, so there 3d orbitals can mix up with s and p, as well as 4d they can mix up with s and p depending on the type of complex. So if the coordination number is 4, means 4 ligands are attached, we need 4 orbitals. So in that case, two type of hybridization can take place, sp3 or dsp2. If 1s and 3p hybridize, we call sp3 hybridization, and in that case the geometry of the complex will be tetrahedral. But if one d orbital participates, 1s and 2p orbitals hybridize, then the geometry, that is square planar. This will you will understand by when we discuss few examples in which coordination number of the complex is 4. If the coordination number is 5, the hybridization is sp3d and geometry is trigonal bipyramidal. Again, when the coordination number is 6, means 6 ligands are attached, there are two possibilities, that inner d orbitals may hybridize or outer d orbitals may be involved in the hybridization. If inner d orbitals, n-1 d orbitals are mixing up with s and p, it is d2sp3 hybridization, and if outer are participating in hybridization, it is sp3 d2 hybridization, and shape of the complex, that in both the cases it will remain octahedral. Now the two important points that you must keep in mind before explaining the bonding in coordination complexes on the basis of valence bond theory. The two important points is, one, you should know how to find the oxidation state of central metal ion. This I very clearly explained in my previous video. Then second is, you have to identify the type of ligand. Actually the valence bond theory is based on the magnetic behavior of the complex ions. But you cannot remember the magnetic behavior of complex ions all the time, that this will be paramagnetic or diamagnetic, but you can easily remember the type of ligands. And there are two types of ligands, weak field ligand and strong field ligand. In case of weak field ligands, the unpaired electrons of metal atom, they do not pair up. No pairing of electrons take place in case of weak ligands. But in strong ligands, pairing of electron that takes place. And for weak ligand, you can keep in mind the examples, that is halogen atoms, more electronegative atoms, fluoride, chloride, sulfide, the ligands in which oxygen is acting as donor atom. In that case, they are weak field ligands and no pairing of electrons will take place. But the ligands in which carbon, nitrogen, they are the donor atoms, they are strong field ligand. In those cases, pairing of electrons will take place. So now I will explain this bonding in coordination complexes on the basis of valence bond theory in a very simple and easy way. You will be able to do it in 3-4 steps. So let us take the two examples. This one is for, let us do the bonding in case of FeCN6 3 negative. Clear? So let us start with, in this the first step is, you have to find oxidation state of Fe. Clear? So how to find oxidation state of Fe? This we suppose this is X and charge on cyanide ligand is -1 and charge on the complex is -3. So what will be there? X plus 6 into -1 is equal to -3. So X minus 6 equal to -3. So X is equal to -3 plus 6, that is +3. The oxidation state of iron is +3. Iron is existing as Fe3 positive ion. Now what is Fe? Z equal to 26. So electronic configuration, that is argon 18, 3d6, 4s2. Now as the oxidation state of iron is +3, so iron +3 will be equal to argon 18. 2 electron of s orbital are removed and 1 from the d, that is 3d5. Clear? So let us draw the orbital picture of this. Say Fe Z equal to 26 and ground state, it will be this is 3d, this is 4s, this is 4p. So in ground state, what is the configuration? 3d6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pairing takes place. First all the orbital gets the singly filled, 4s2. Now what will be state in Fe3 positive? 3 electrons have been removed. So we are left with 3d5, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now S is vacant. Now this P is also vacant. So 3d, 4s and 4p. Next step is type of ligand. Now Cn negative is a strong ligand, right? In strong ligand, what is there? Pairing of electrons takes place, right? Pairing of electrons that takes place, and we get when pairing takes place, so these 5 electrons will pair up and you get this configuration. Clear? Now after pairing, as number of ligand is 6, we need 6 orbitals so that 6 ligands can donate their electron to 6 vacant orbitals. Now these after pairing, these d orbitals have been empty now, s, and so what will be the hybridization? That is d2sp3. We need 6 orbitals, so d2sp3. These 6 orbitals, they hybridize. Clear? So here we write d2sp3 hybridization. Now how the formation of complex takes place now? Formation of FeCN6 3 negative. How can you show this? These are the electrons of iron, and now ligands, 6 cyanide ligands, they will donate 6 pairs of electrons, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So 6 pairs of electrons from 6 Cn negative ions. Clear? So this will be the bonding in FeCN6 3 negative. Now you have to write 3 important points. One is type of hybridization. Type of hybridization, that is D2sp3. Number 2, magnetic behavior. Magnetic behavior, that is paramagnetic, because one unpaired electron is there. And what will be geometry? As 6 ligands are attaching, so it will be octahedral. Clear? This is how you can show the bonding in this complex. So there are what are the steps? First step is find the oxidation state. Clear? Then write the configuration in ground state and then in ionic state. Then fourth, you are to identify whether the ligand is weak or strong. If it is a strong ligand, pairing of electrons will take place. After pairing, if inner d orbitals have become vacant, so there will be type of hybridization D2sp3. Then in last step, you can show the formation of complex. Then you write these 3 points: type of hybridization, magnetic behavior, geometry of the complex. Now let us see this stepwise. Again we will start. So same complex, oxidation state of Fe, that will be, as water is neutral ligand, so say X, 0 charge is there, so X plus 6 into 0 equal to plus 3, means X is equal to plus 3. Oxidation state of iron is plus 3. So same points will be there. Fe in ground state, that is argon 18 3d6 4s2. Now Fe in 3 positive state, that will be argon 18 3d5. So Fe in ground state, Z equal to 26. So there will be configuration (3d). This is 4s 4p. Clear? 1 2 3 4 5 and 6. These are 2 electrons. Now in Fe 3 positive, what will be configuration? That is 3d5, and this has become empty, right? No electron. Now H2O is a weak ligand, therefore pairing will not take place. But here are only 4 orbitals, they are empty. Then what to do? In this case, as pairing is not taking place, so they are not leaving their orbitals. We have only 4 orbitals empty and we require 6. हमारे पास 6 ligands हैं, 6 bonds बनने हैं. In that case, iron uses its outer orbitals. Outer orbitals mean this is 1 2 3 4 5 3d. This is 4s 4p and this is 3d 4s 4p and 4d. So in this case sp3d2 outer, यहाँ पे देखो इसमें पेयरिंग हो गई थी तो ये इनर एम्प्टी हो गए. वी नीड 6 ऑर्बिटल्स एम्प्टी क्योंकि 6 साइनाइड लिगेंड्स हैं. 1 2 3 4 5 6. Here as pairing is not taking place and up to 4p we have only 4 orbitals, so to have 6 they will use the outer d orbitals and hybridization will be sp3d2. Clear? sp3d2 and formation of water, this complex with water, that will be three D, then 4s, then 4p, and these ligands they will donate their electrons in these 1 2 3 4 5 and 6, right? 6. So this is the 6 pairs of electrons from 6 water molecules. Clear? So in this case, as pairing is not taking place, we call it outer orbital complex, and number of unpaired is more, so high spin, right? Outer orbital complex and high spin, because it is using outer d orbitals and number of unpaired electrons are more, so it is high spin complex. Similarly, in this, as inner electron pair, inner d orbitals are used, we call it as inner orbital complex and number of unpaired electron is less, so we call it low spin complex. Clear? So in this case again, type of hybridization that will be sp3d2, and magnetic behavior paramagnetic, and geometry that will be octahedral. Clear? So these are the two examples which I have taken, one with the strong field ligand, other with the weak field ligand. In strong field ligand, inner d orbitals are being used and number of unpaired electrons are less, they are called inner orbital complex and low spin complex. In weak field, no pairing takes place, so outer d orbitals are being used. In that case, complex is called outer orbital complex and number of unpaired electrons are more, therefore it is called high spin complex. And after these two, if you are asked which is more paramagnetic, you will say this complex is more paramagnetic because it has 5 unpaired electrons, whereas in this complex there is only 1 unpaired electron. Clear? So we can compare their magnetic behavior also. Type of hybridization, in this it will be D2sp3, here it is sp3d2, but geometry of the molecules that will remain same, that is octahedral in both the cases. So I hope you have followed the bonding in various coordination complexes on the basis of valence bond theory, and you will practice more and more examples and try to understand the concept. Thank you for watching.